Gianfranco, time for you to pick your ultimate five-a-side team based on every player you've ever played with. And you've spent quite a bit of time on this, I've been told.
Yeah, I've been working it out, and I worked it out wrong because I picked one goalkeeper and five out player.
Oh, right.
I have to cut one, and it doesn't help me. But no, it's been good. I think it's good. I can. Shall I start?
First up, goalkeeper.
Right, goalkeeper. Well, I had very good goalkeepers, but I think the one that stands out of everyone is Buffon. He was very young when he was just the first game he played in Serie A when he was there. But we knew him because he was training with us for a while, and it was nearly impossible to score against him.
Really?
He was unbelievable covering the goal because he would come out 2 or 3 steps, and then he would make himself so big that it was really difficult to. I'm not making it up anything. He was an unbelievable goalkeeper. So I go for him in goal.
Buffon, and he's still playing today. Does
And
that
he still
amaze you that
plays.
he's still
He
playing
still
at
plays.
a top club as well?
It's top club. It's because he's a top man as well. He's always had a character I liked it because he was always very open, always challenging somebody, and I like the mentality. I like the mentalities of players like that. Bear in mind that I'm leaving out Peruzzi, who was another unbelievable goalkeeper. So
Gianluigi Buffon. And one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time for you, Gianluigi Buffon?
I believe so, yes.
You believe so?
Without doubt.
Okay, so he's in the team. I don't think anyone can argue with that. I thought that you might pick him. What formation are you playing with the 4 then?
Then I will play 2 defenders. That's the reason why I go for 2 defenders. But when I tell you the striker, you will understand why I play with 2 defenders.
Okay, so the first defender.
The first defender will be Franco Baresi.
Wow.
Well, it's yes. Yeah. He comes without saying, No, one of those players didn't talk too much.
Really?
Yeah, very, very quiet. You expect, that you go on the national team and you say you're going to play with Baresi. Because he was such a character, such a strong personality, you say he's somebody that is very vocal. Actually, it was exactly the opposite.
Really?
Very quiet, but a lot of stuff going on.
Because he was captain for a long period of time.
He
wasn't
was the captain. He was one
me.
of those classical example of leading by example.
Right.
As I said, not a lot of words, but a lot of facts. And on the pitch, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really. So I go for him.
Okay.
And the other one, it's a pity because I have to leave out players like, for example, Paolo Maldini. Unbelievable, but in the 5-a-side probably is better the one I choose.
You're leaving out Paolo Maldini?
I have to leave it out.
Hopefully
It's
not watching.
painful. No, hopefully not. Paolo, he has my esteem and my consideration.
Cool.
But in this situation, I go for another one. Maldini, I have to leave players like Frank Leboeuf or John Terry, unbelievable defenders actually. But I want to go for Marcel Desailly.
Okay.
I thought Marcel was an amazing player, and I think also because he played with Baresi, they have a better understanding.
Oh, you're thinking about the
Yes,
chemistry.
of
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
big
I
names
want to
are-
win.
You want to
That's right, of course.
Still got that competitive instinct. Because big names, like John Terry, Leboeuf,
John
Maldini,
Terry,
all
Leboeuf,
fantastic
Maldini,
players that you played with.
amazing players. So I feel bad about this because I'm leave them out. They have my consideration.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for Marcel.
Was he a vocal player? You said that Baresi wasn't quite vocal. Was Marcel Desailly
Marcel was a
different in
little
that
bit more.
manner?
Yes, he was a little bit more. He was, he wouldn't speak too much, but he would say something. It would normally be something sensitive when he spoke. So I liked it. I liked also his attitude. It was quite good.
Yeah. Fun guy as well, isn't he? He's always
Fun,
seems to be
very
smiling,
fun.
doesn't he? You see him on social media now. Seems to be enjoying life.
Yes.
Was he like that all the time?
All the time. He was sarcastic also.
Really?
He would say things that at the right moment that would very amusing.
Okay, so that's your 2
So,
defenders.
The reason why I wanted to play 2 defenders and like them is because then in front I can afford to play 2 players like Maradona first.
Wow. Okay. So Maradona, I presume, has to be in your team, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
He's in everybody's team, you know. It's well, what can I say? He's the man.
Yeah. Greatest player that you ever played with in your career?
I think my personal opinion is it is unfair to do this, to say this, but for what I see in training, in games and everything, I would say, in my opinion, it would be the best player ever.
Of all time?
That's my view, but without being unfair towards players like Pelé, like Messi, Ronaldo, they've been amazing. They are amazing, still amazing players. Obviously, this is my personal view based on living with him, seeing what he does in training, see what he produces on the teammates and the opposition, the fear that he used to, create on the opposition side, and the enthusiasm when Maradona was on fire, we knew we were going to win the game. So that was such a great thing to live.
There's two great quotes that Maradona said about you. He's very complimentary about you. Yeah, when you
that
signed
I was smaller than
for
him.
Napoli, he said, finally we've signed someone smaller than me. Did you know that? How did you react?
I knew. I'm not that sure that is the reality, but yes, he said that, but he never accepted to go for a measurement.
Okay.
And he always said, I'm taller.
You're
But then
said that, right?
I go there with a meter, and he doesn't want to do that.
Doesn't want to measure you. The next quote you said, when he left Napoli, he said, Napoli doesn't need to sign anyone to replace me. We already have Gianfranco Zola. Now, coming from Maradona, your idol, the person you've just described as the greatest player ever, that must make you feel very proud.
No, it makes me very proud, because also it wasn't circumstances that the reason why I said that, because he loved Napoli very much. He loved the Napoli team very much, and so he wanted to be in good hands. So I always appreciated that, and he gave me a great responsibility, but he also gave me a great desire to make him right. And I worked very hard, also on the basis of what he taught me in the years. In 1 year and a half that we've been together, and it was good, because as I said, day by day I always had a target to do in training, and I improved a lot, also because of the responsibility he gave me.
Okay, one more player. Who's the lucky player that gets to play with Maradona in your five-a-side team?
Again, it's not an easy choice, because there are players like, for example, Tino Asprilla, they're doing Casiraghi, Mark Hughes, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, all fantastic players, Torre Underflow. Yeah. I play with them, and always had a very good understanding. Also Roberto Baggio.
Wow,
we don't have to forget. I mean, but I think that with Maradona, the player who can give the best is Careca.
Okay.
They played together in Naples, and I think when they were in the day, nobody could stop them. Not even Baresi, Maldini, Costa Curta,
really?
and Tassotti could stop them. So they were great together, and I remember that when there were games in training where they were together and you couldn't see the ball, because it was so fast, the way they used to pass the ball to each other, that you couldn't really get close to them. I think in a five-a-side game with a small pitch, I think I would take the money.
And they scored a lot of goals together as well, which is another reason why you're picking them, the understanding they have, like the back two.
They score. Careca, I think he was top scorer or something like that, and Maradona was just behind him. And but they had an understanding. Wherever they were on the pitch, they were always looking for each other. And I don't know, Diego, as soon as he had the ball, first thing was a touch, and then ball to Careca on his feet or in the space, and it was a goal or a chance at least. Okay, so that is your team. Finally, you get to pick a super sub. If for whatever reason that team isn't working, not saying it wouldn't, but who do you put on the bench? And you can choose yourself as well, because obviously scored a lot of goals. I wouldn't do that. You imagine me taking out Maradona and coming in, or taking Maradona. Okay, who's on the bench for you? One player. Thank you. When he comes in, especially when there are things that they need to be sorted, I think Dennis Wise will be the...
Dennis Wise?
Yeah, I put Dennis Wise, yes.
A lot of Chelsea fans will be happy with that, of course, because he was captain at a time
yes.
when you played
yes. It
so
was,
well for Chelsea.
Yeah, it was very influential for me personally, but also for the whole team. So I think he deserves to be in my... Plus, he's being so small, I think in a small pitch, a small player can do something, so...
Is he taller than you or smaller than you?
No way.
No.
He's another one who says, yeah, I'm taller than you, but...
So Dennis Wise, I'm surprised you didn't pick yourself on the bench, because in 2003, you were voted Chelsea's greatest ever player. Now, of course, Chelsea have had incredible success and incredible players since then, but again, that must have made you very happy, that.
Now it made me very happy, but if they do the votation now, it'll be different. Sure. But no, I was very pleased with that, honestly. It's a great honor for me, as I said, to have been part of this team and to play for this team has been always the best thing that happened to me. And once you taste this club, you stay with this club forever. So pleased with that. But again, as I said, I believe that Dennis has to be the super sub.
Dennis is the super sub.
He deserves to be there.
And who's the captain? Is Maradona the captain then in this team?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Maradona's the captain.
I mean, it's close one between him and Baresi, but I go for Diego.
Okay, and finally, managers. Just remind us of some of the managers you played with, because you played with some unbelievable managers in your career. If you had to pick one to manage this team, who would you go for?
If I have to go for a manager, I probably would go for Sacchi.
Sacchi, okay.
Yeah, I think he is one of those coaches that has influenced an era in the way he coached the team. So he deserves to be there.
Gianfranco, pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.